Today, I'm gonna get hate from the internet because I'm gonna be ranking the countries that I've been to while doing IRL. But there are situations where I've been to only one city of that country for 2 days. Still, I'm gonna judge the entire country based on me doing an IRL there for those specific days. Listen, it's something personal, right? It's gonna be personal. We have a list of countries that I visited in the last year or so. The very first IRL that I did was in Italy. But anyway, let's get into it. Starting from Albania. Okay, so Albania was very nice. I really enjoyed it. I stayed there for a month. There are some things that I did some mistakes for because like I decided to stay for like 4 weeks, but the place that I chose, which is Vlora, it's a bit dead, like it's a bit plain. It's like a beach city, right? And of a not very developed country, so it was like very bland. There was not too much to do. People were amazing. The nature was gorgeous and the food was good. Would I consider it superlative? I think that Albania would go into the amazing category because it was super nice. It was really nice. Maybe it was not superlative because there were things that missed. For example, the fact that if you want to move around the country, you have to rent a car because otherwise there's buses, but they take an infinity of time. Yeah, that's basically it of Albania. If you were a digital nomad, I would suggest you to go to Albania for sure. I think for a little period, I would suggest you to go because it's really pretty, not that expensive, food is good, and people are amazing. Internet connection, we had issues sometimes, but we were able to work around it in the end. It was a bit expensive compared to other countries, but I would not suggest you to stay in Vlora for like a month, especially if you are alone, especially if you don't like to go out, like to go out for bars only, because in Vlora, most of the entertainment is just going out on the promenade for bars on the weekend. Let's move on. Then there is Austria. I've been to Austria to a couple of cities. I went to Austria for a Christmas markets tour, so I went around all the Christmas markets. So I went to Innsbruck and Salzburg. What I wrote about those places is like the atmosphere was gorgeous in Innsbruck. I gave to Innsbruck the 5 out of 5. Salzburg was a 3 out of 5, and Innsbruck was the only one that had a 5 out of 5 in the entire thing. I remember it was really pretty. It was really nice. It was still in Europe, so it was easy to have like a connection. It was not that hard at all. Would I go again? People were fun. Like I met some people throughout the streets of it and they were really young, and it was nice. It was crowded, but you know, it's Innsbruck during Christmas markets. But would I go again? For me, Austria would be in between amazing and basic, because between these two, the one that stayed more in my heart was definitely Albania, but I also spent a month in Albania. I'll give it B for boring, but most of Western Europe for me. There's also mountains. True, it was really gorgeous. The places where I stayed were really nice, really gorgeous. The winds that were outside the cities, but I think that I would have to put it there. I would like maybe to try to stay longer there, but I remember that prices were expensive. I put down that like consider Munich is a 0 and Salzburg was a 1, going like for being bad. Like 0 is like the really bad, like the really high. I think that I will keep it on basic just because what I liked about Albania was that it was cheap. It was nice to live there and like paying stuff outside, going out. It would feel way too close to home. I'm from Italy, so it would feel way too close. I think it's fine. Now, Canada. For Canada, I've been in Vancouver and I stayed with a friend, and we also stayed somewhere else in the mountains, in the forest, and I have to say it was amazing. Being in Canada was actually amazing. I really liked Canada, but I was with a very close friend of mine that I love. Was it just the country or was it also the person that I was with? I think that it's a little bit of both, because I really like the nature that there is in Canada. I really like the vibe of the people in Canada. I did see the worst street in my entire life in Vancouver. It definitely felt like I was in Walking Dead. It really felt like that street really felt like it was out of the Walking Dead. It was crazy, but it was nice. Connection there sucks. I remember that I had to spend a lot of money for like streaming in Canada. And then as soon as you go away from the main cities, there is no connection. I am willing to get hated because I saw only Vancouver and somewhere else around it. I've never seen anything else. I'm judging Canada by these two places. I think that Canada would go to amazing. Like I would go again. I might gonna go back again actually. To be honest, the nature is the most important. I know Montreal is incredible. I haven't gone to Montreal yet and I wanna go. Now let's get into controversial. China. About China, I've been only to Shanghai. Shanghai, it was really nice. It was really cool. I really liked the city. I did feel observed while I was there. I was feeling safe, but I was feeling observed. I could see like police everywhere I go, which is good from a certain point because you know that nothing is gonna happen to you, but at the same time you're being watched. Internet was a bit of a pain to achieve, but we were able to achieve it. I don't know if we will be ever able to achieve it, but I liked it. I like the city and I think it's a really amazing place. Would I go back to China? Definitely. I would definitely go back to China to see it, to experience it. How did I feel about my trip there? It was the very beginning of a longer trip that I went to Taiwan to. It's in my heart. Then we have Czech Republic. I loved Prague. I loved it. It was full with tourists. Way too many tourists. Way too many. But I loved Prague. It was really nice. It was really fun. I really enjoyed my time there. We've been karaokeing. That was really nice. But is it to the level of Albania, Canada, and China? To me, for my experience of the one city that I've seen in Czech Republic, I don't know. Like I'm thinking, okay, hold on. I'm thinking also about Albania. It was amazing. Would I go back? I don't think I would go back to Albania just because I feel like I visited a lot already. Okay, I'm gonna keep Albania here, but saying like I visited enough of it. I wouldn't go back just because I saw it all and I want to see other things. Czech Republic, would I go back? Do I feel like I want to go back extremely and see more things? I don't know. I'm gonna put Czech Republic in basic. I'm gonna move Austria to I wouldn't go again. Then we have Estonia. I've been to only one city, which was Tallinn, a very boring city. I'm gonna say it. I'm sorry, but it was very boring. I was alone. All of these trips, most of these trips I was alone apart from Canada. We walked around, we saw the city in like one day and we saw it all. I would put it here and like, I wouldn't go back. Now, Finland. I have to say that in Finland, I've been only to Helsinki. And it was very like peculiar city. I liked it. There was something. And also I have to say that Finland is like intriguing me. I'm intrigued by it. I want to see more. Like more in the north visiting. So I would put Finland in okay. Also because like I remember going around Helsinki and what I like about cities and when they surprise me with something new. If I go to a city that everything is normal to me, it's like, all right. Send it. But if there's something like the hotel where I was staying in Finland, it felt like a ski resort kind of feeling. I don't know why it gave me that mood. And I understood that it was mostly because like it gets very cold in the winter, right? I would go back to Finland. It was not amazing. It was okay. Moving on. France. In France, I lived also in France for 2 years. I've been in the north of France with a friend of mine. I've been also doing like a small live stream in Paris when I was there. And I have to say, France can be really pretty and people can be nice if they want to. Would I go back to France? I feel like right now for me there is so many other countries that I want to see that I don't know anything about, that are very far from me and my culture. I wouldn't go again just because I've seen it, a lot of it, and I'm like, what can I see it? Like Marseille and get robbed. I don't know, French people, you're gonna hate on me. I'm sorry, I'm Italian. Make fun of me. I am really sorry. I don't know what to tell you, but I feel like French people are very close and it's kind of difficult to have them open up. I also been to Paris with Rose and I think that she felt that. I'll put it into I wouldn't go again, not because I didn't like the country itself, but because I seen it at all. Germany. In Germany, I have been to a bunch of places for the Christmas markets. I have been to Munich, Nuremberg, Frankfurt, Essen, Lingen, Nectar. Some places were really nice. The only problem with the German is like German people are cold. And for example, Albania is up here for the people. A lot because of the people. Oh my god. Talking about this. You're reminding me stuff about Germany. When I've been to Bochum, we went for a Halloween to Düsseldorf. And there was this friend of mine, like there was Camila, she has my heart entirely. Is one of the person that I love the most in the entire life, in the entire world, sorry. We were at the club and there was one of those chill moments where you're just chilling, just looking around. And a guy went to her and said, you should smile more. And I was ready with when she made me so proud, and she answered back to him. And she was like, started shouting at him, and she started being like, you should make me happy, pay me something, pay me a drink, then I'll be happy. And stuff like that. And I was like, oh, love you for that. Love you for that. If it is, you should smile more. Here you go, a reason why you should smile more and you do something. Otherwise, what's the point of telling me you should smile more? Make me smile more. Tell me a joke. I don't know. Would I plan a trip in Germany? Would I wanna willingly spend a month in Germany? I don't think so. I don't think I would be spending a month in Germany. Then we have our beautiful Greece. I've been there for 3 weeks. I think it was planned for 2 and then it became 3 weeks. This teeny tiny island called Tinos has my heart. Actually, the other day I was thinking, should I book 1 month in Tinos again? Because it was beautiful. It was amazing. Until you need a hospital. Small details. Greece, I think it's gorgeous. There's so many islands that you can visit, that you can see, that you can explore, that you can go for. Downside of it, there are some complications. They don't have Amazon. So I don't know if I would leave there for a month. And I know I'm being very, very spoiled here, being like, oh my God, there's no Amazon, no thank you. In my job, I need specific things that I cannot find in shops. Like in a shop, it's very difficult to find a 5-meter long Ethernet cable. You have to order it. And if it takes 2 weeks and your Ethernet cable just broke, you're fucked for 2 weeks. It's staying here. You know what? I'm sure it has to be amazing now. Maybe I'm thinking about superlative, maybe. You know why? Apart from having the beautifulest person in the world, which is Aria, and she's gorgeous, she got amazing. Apart from that, you know what they do in Greece? And that made them the only first world country in the entire world. And everyone else, it's a third world country. If you go to a restaurant, you order, you eat, you pay, they will bring you a little dessert and sometimes a little drink for free on the house. I love it. For me, that whenever I go to a restaurant, after oh, I would like a dessert, but I don't want a huge ass dessert. They bring you these teeny tiny desserts, like super teeny tiny, and you're like, oh, that's exactly what I wanted. That was so nice, they rewarded you for finishing your meal. Exactly. Put a superlative. There's nothing else in superlative so far, so we put it there. Now we have Hungary. Here, Hungary, I went to Hungary when I still haven't had a good setup for IRLs. Budapest has my heart because I made my very first tattoo there and it was a walk-in and people were so nice. And I remember just posting a story being like, if anyone is in Budapest, just reach out, let's meet. In the morning, I posted that. By the afternoon, I was with 10 people from the community. And for me, that's insane. The city is really pretty. Would I go back to Budapest? I was actually planning to go back to Budapest just so I could show it on stream. And I could also get maybe another tattoo. But would I go back to Budapest? I think it's gonna be okay. I think it was okay. This one, child, I'm not even gonna judge. I'm not gonna even say something. Italy is just the best country. We have struggles. We struggle with the internet. Would I stay? I have to, right? Bias. Bro, I've seen it all of Italy. Italy is gorgeous. Italy is superlative. Italy rigged. Call it rigged. But Italy is so cool. It's gorgeous. People are most of the times nice. It's not that expensive compared to other countries in some places, in some cities. I have a lot of friends here. Food is amazing. Did I say about the food? Too many tourists. True, but if you go to places where there's not many tourists, we're doing the Sagre right now. Tell me another country with this beautiful Sagre. None. By the way, I'm doing a format. I'm going around these very traditional Italian festivals around my region, and I'm also gonna put out videos on YouTube. If you're watching this from YouTube, there should be a playlist out with all the Sagre episodes. So if you want to see more about Italy, that's a place to start. Very nice, very iconic, very beautiful. I give also great rating to those Sagre. If you go to Italy in the summer, you're an idiot. I'm sorry, but you're an idiot. June, July, and August, don't. You don't have kids. You don't have to go during those days. And maybe your company allows you to go only during that period. But if you're a digital nomad, for sure. A month in Italy as a digital nomad, do it. Right away. Do 1 month in the north in the Dolomites, 1 month in the south, and 1 month wherever you want. Then we have Latvia. I've been only to Riga and it was fine. It was okay. I spent only 2 days and I was with friends. It was a cool place. I thought about like staying there longer. Actually, I think that among Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, I think that Latvia was the only one where I thought like I could spend more time here. So I might gonna put Latvia into the okay. And I would have to put Lithuania in I wouldn't go again. Lithuania, maybe it's also because I was not in a good mood when I was there. Again, this is very personal. This is my personal perspective on this. But I was bored. I don't know. It was maybe it's on me. I didn't know what to do. There was not much to do. Like it was nice. I wouldn't go back. The only way that I would go back is if someone proposed to me like a camping trip. If they say like, oh, let's go for a camping trip. I'll take you by car. We go around. We go sit out. Yes. If they tell me, oh, let's go to Vilnius again. Let's spend a week there. Like, maybe not. I'm okay. Morocco. I've been to Morocco for like a week and it was a group thing. We were with a driver, we were with other people, they were all Italians. I think that what influenced a lot the trip was that me and the other people in the trip, apart from Rose, we were in very different stages of our lives. So you had a very bad experience? No, it was not a bad experience. They were the last year of uni, first year working, but like mostly like last year of uni. And I am done with my master's degree. I'm 30. Like you could feel like they wanted to bond with each other while I wanted to go out and meet new people from the place. I wanted to meet people from Morocco and I wanted to see more of Morocco. Well, they wanted to like have a nice school trip all together and meet new people and then go back to Italy with those new people. But the country itself was gorgeous to the point that when I was there, I was actually thinking I want to come back. It's so nice that I really want to go back. Like I want to like experience more of this alone, maybe. The only thing in Morocco was like sometimes I did not feel too safe alone as a woman, but maybe it was in my head and the preconcept that I had in my head, and then when I was there I just applied them to the situation because nothing ever happened to me. People were just very nice to me. I've met people from there, I met streamers from there that were super nice. So I would put Morocco I would put it maybe to okay. It's pretty valid based on female friends I've talked to. Good thing about that, it was like we were like a lot of people. I would put it like maybe on okay because sometimes we were getting kind of scammed. Like sometimes they were trying to scam a little bit with prices and like bargains were a bit too much for me, and like I would put it on okay. It was gorgeous, beautiful. But then we have the Netherlands. Netherlands, I've been to Amsterdam and Rotterdam. There might be something more. Amsterdam and the Netherlands in general are really pretty. The cities that I've seen were really pretty. A bit pricey and people are a bit closed off, I would say. So that made it difficult to like as you can see, like the places that I've been to, like it's because I met a lot of nice people. I think that it was okay. Would I spend a month in the Netherlands if I had the money? Sure. They were really nice though in Amsterdam. I went to the Science Museum and I got the ticket. I stepped inside the Science Museum and I saw like full of kids. And I was like, hell no. I went back, I was like, can I have a refund of the ticket? They were like, we cannot really refund it. But no, they would say like, we can refund it. Or if you want to, we can give you a coupon. So then we can just write it down that your ticket is valid for tomorrow. I was like, yeah, please, thank you, because like too crowded, it's insane. Yeah, sure. I went there the day after, it's still super crowded because apparently it was like a weekend of holidays in the Netherlands and everyone went there with their kids and like screaming. And I went back there again and I said like, listen, I had this ticket for today. Can I have it for like another time? I'll come back like in 3 days after the convention and I'll come to the museum. Is that okay? They're like, yeah, sure, no problems. And I was like impressed by how nice they were about it. Then we have Poland, bro. Okay, Poland, you can judge me, chat. Poland is such an underrated country. It's very underrated. It's gorgeous. You have everything. You have nature. You have a very technological city, which is Warsaw. Warsaw, to me, it's more advanced than Milan. Everything is so smart. Zapka, amazing. I loved it. I love Poland. I love Zakopane. Zakopane has my heart. And I seriously thought about spending a month in Poland, in Warsaw specifically, because I saw the cars that they have in Warsaw. And I like the culture that they have about cars there. And it's not expensive and people are nice. You talk to everyone, they're being very nice. And there is my nanny there. I really loved it. Poland is right there. What culture they have about cars? If you go to Warsaw, you go to a normal like cross road there, you're gonna see so many cool cars and motorbikes. So many. I don't know what it is. Maybe because they're cheaper there. I don't know, but there is so many cool cars. Spain. Let's go to Spain. Okay, this is where I get hated, all right? The only place I've been to Spain with the stream is Fuerteventura. Fuerteventura is like a teeny tiny island far away from Spain, all the way down to the side of Africa. All the way. But I did visit Spain when I was younger with my family alone because it's a cheap destination for trips for Italians. I want to go back to Spain. I was actually thinking about next year to have a trip to Spain, Portugal, and then I was thinking LATAM. I would be really curious to do this country next year. So I'm gonna put it on to okay. We have Switzerland. I've visited a bit. I've been to multiple places and it's gorgeous. The nature that there is in Switzerland, nowhere else. Maybe in Canada. It's really nice, but Swiss people, I do have 2 friends that are from Switzerland, by the way, and they're fine. They're nice. You can smell the rich, right? And it's 5 euros for a bottle of water for like this. 5 euros. It's a bit too much, and it's understandable because they have higher income, understandable, but hold on! I just thought of a reason why I would like to go back to Germany. Max Verstappen. Max Verstappen. Not because I think that Max Verstappen is from Germany, I don't really know. But because I have Autobahn. In the highways in Germany, in some highways in Germany, there's no speed limit. Is it worth it to go back? Is that the reason that is gonna make me go back to Germany? I went to 220 on live. Was it 220 or 202? 202, there we go. I don't think that it's worth it, but it's like a reason why it's cool. About Switzerland. Would I spend a month in Switzerland? No, because I cannot afford it, not for other reasons. Because if I could afford it, I would. Are the people that nice? If I was crazy rich, probably chat, I would go. But I think I'm gonna put it here. I think I'm gonna put it in okay. I wanna go back, but there's reasons why I will not. And now for my favorite part of the word, chat. I don't think that I even have to say it. Is it not clear what I would put Taiwan? Come on, be honest. If you have never been to Taiwan, book a flight right now and go to Taiwan right now. Let me get ready this one. I lived in Taiwan for 2 years. And since then, I've been going back. I've already been back twice. And I love Taiwan. And I want to go back one more time this year. It's one of my favorite places. I've been actually pondering the idea of staying there for a month. Taiwanese people are so nice. I love them so much. What's the difference between Taiwan and China? Consider Taiwan the more democratic version of China. A little bit like Canada and USA. Now, the difficult one. Okay, this one, I've been to the UAE, I've been specifically to Abu Dhabi. I've never thought about going to Dubai or Abu Dhabi ever in my entire life, ever. Because mostly I didn't want to spend, first of all, it's very expensive. Second of all, I didn't want to spend my money in that country because I know, and we're not gonna get political. I didn't feel good about bringing my money there, like spending money to go there and visit those countries when there's many others that are really pretty. If you give different rules between men and women, I already don't like you. That's why I don't like the church. If you look at my content, I'm just telling what happened. I am not saying anything about Abu Dhabi in general. I'm saying about like the hotel was nice. I just posted a new reel about the activities that I did and I've been honest on those because if I was not being honest, you saw also from the live stream how I was reacting to everything, single thing, and they didn't know about my live streams, right? I did feel safe there. I never felt like I was in danger of like someone stealing, someone robbing, someone killing me. But I was also in a very main city and I was mostly moving around with cab because it was hella hot. But for me personally, chat, I would go back only if they paid me again. Next country, the UK. I mean, they do have a history of being enslavers and colonialism. Where is your politics side now? Where is your ethical side now? At least put France down with them. I'm joking. In the UK, I've only been to London. I have been to Brighton when I was little, but that doesn't count. In London, it was really nice. It was really pretty. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the culture that they had there of people running. There were so many people running everywhere. I would say like it was really nice. I spent a really nice time also with Jofford, our mod. The museums were amazing. I didn't go to all of them. I didn't go to all of them because some of them have stolen art. You see, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Balancing. It was really nice. I had to put my phone attached to my wrist because I was scared of it being stolen. The places were amazing. The food was something. I would probably spend a month in London if I had enough money because it can get expensive. Food was not bland, food was just bad. But the beer was good. Beer was really good. I would say that maybe London was okay. And then, oh say, can't you see? I don't know. Is it actually like that? Is that how it actually goes? We're talking about USA! USA! If I don't put USA as a superlative, chat, they're gonna fight me. I am scared. I am soon gonna have to go to the US. America! Okay, I think the US is really nice. I've been to Boston before, not with the stream, but I kind of want to go back to Boston. I've been to New York and Niagara Falls and somewhere near New York, like in the New York area at least. I've been to Old California that I did with Rose. I have to say something. Coming from a European country, I feel like there is some problems over there. Let's talk about the positive side first of all. What I like about the US is like there's a lot of opportunities, and I'm not talking about job, not anymore at least. Oh, I would like to go to a restaurant that sells pancakes on the butt of old men. You can find it. For sure there's one in the US. And that is something that I love. I love diversity in this sense. I really like it. It's something that I really nice. But this brings to another thing, which is like the culture of the US. It's difficult to define it because it's huge, right? It's huge and it's not that. Like if I think about the US, one thing that comes to my mind, it's like a shop assistant that is fake to you. And that makes me mad. The tipping culture. I hate that. And the taxes not being the price. I hate that. Why do I have to do math when I'm buying stuff? I have a friend. She is my age. We used to go to elementary school together. We were best friends. She got diagnosed with cancer, all right? I don't know if I told you about this story, chat, but it's something that I haven't told because it's... And her mom, she is the loveliest human being. Like, she's so nice. She is struggling so much because she has to take care of her. She has to go to work. She has to go there. But I am so grateful that money is not an issue. And it's not because they are lucky to have a good health insurance, because she is retired now. I am so glad that money for them is not an issue. Her mother, she only has to worry about like, I'm losing my daughter. She doesn't have to worry about I'm losing my daughter and my house because I'm trying to give a good life to my daughter. That is something that for me, it's invaluable. Thinking like, oh, if I go to the US, I will not have this issue because I would have a good health insurance is not enough for me. Because I would go around and see someone on the streets and they will be like, oh yeah, I had to pay bills because I got diabetes and I cannot pay for stuff. Hong Kong! Before talking about Hong Kong and Macau, I have to give a disclaimer. The only time that I've been to these two countries was with back then significant other. And things have happened during those trips that made me either like or dislike the country more or less. So for some things, they hold good memories, or some of them, like, it's a bit complicated. Hong Kong was really cool. It was really nice. You could feel the difference because I remember we went from Taiwan to Hong Kong. You could feel the difference there. I really liked it. It was a bit complicated with like the transportation system, it was confusing. Would I go back? I don't think so. I think I would put it into the okay. I think that the other country that I would not go again, unless if they pay me, would be Macau. This is Macau. I wouldn't want to go back. People were rude. The experience was not that nice. It felt like actually like a copy paste of Las Vegas. So when you go there, you see only people that go there for gambling, and it's, I don't know. I don't like it. I would go back there only if they paid me. Okay, so this was my ranking for the countries that I visited while live streaming. I don't know what you think about it. If you want to rage and insult me for something that I thought and you think that that country doesn't deserve to be there, put it in the comments. But in the meantime, subscribe to the channel. Thank you.